Hello everyone, my name is Mitchell Coleman. I am an alcoholic and I have your daily reflections for today, December 30th, 2020. 2 days left till 2021, which I'm sure we're all looking forward to. Today's been a wonderful day. I finished a book today, just giving you a little heads up on how my day's been. I hope your guys' day has been very well and eventful. Let me get into this daily reflection. This one is titled Anonymity. Anonymity. The word that's very fun to say when you're reading out loud in an AA group. It's funny. Anyway, anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. That comes from the Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book, page 562. And it's actually the 12th tradition. Tradition 12 became important early in my sobriety, and, along with the 12 steps, it continues to be a must in my recovery. I became aware after I joined the fellowship that I had personality problems, so that when I first heard it, the tradition's message was very clear. There exists an immediate way for me to face, with others, my alcoholism and attendant anger, defensiveness, and offensiveness. I saw Tradition 12 as being a great ego deflator. It relieved my anger and gave me a chance to utilize the principles of the program. All of the steps in this particular tradition have guided me over decades of continuous sobriety. I am grateful to those who were here when I needed them. Love this one. I don't have decades of continuous sobriety. But I'm actually coming up on 2 years, which is way good. But again, it's all about one day at a time, but I'm also very proud of the 2-year mark coming up. This one is really cool because it touches on step 4 and 5 for me again, you know, like the anonymity part of it and why step 4 and 5 is important for searching and having the searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves, and 5, admitting to another human being, to God, to ourselves, and another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. I think for a lot of people that is the time in the steps where you're like, all right, now you've built that foundation, you got a solid foundation, you've released all the pain and those negative feelings and the guilt and the shame and the jealousy, anger, all the negative ones. You've let it off your chest, you've let someone else know it, and there's something freeing about talking to someone else about these problems. Again, you don't want to hold these kind of things in. You want to find someone you can trust, and trust me, you can find someone in an AA, and you know, you kind of go on your own gut instinct, and you go there for a while. You don't just go there and pick someone out. And even if you do get like a temporary sponsor, you might want to, you know, test the waters a little bit. But that is the big thing in AA. We are supposed to hold on to anonymity. You know, you can't break that. It is like the rule of all rules. You know, when you hear something, you have to keep it to yourself, because that's something very important. That's a make or break thing for people's sobriety and their lives even, you know. This stuff is very important, and it's things that people have held in and didn't want to tell people because they're so ashamed of it. And most of the time, you know, it's not even anything that big of a deal. We make more of a big deal about these things ourselves than what they really are. Of course, there's many variables that can make things worse than what they are, but you know, we're the ultimate judge of ourselves. We judge ourselves worse than anybody else can. So usually when you get that off your chest and talk to someone else, especially someone in recovery, they've been there before. They've maybe done something worse. Whatever worse means to you, it's all subject to interpretation, I guess, of what you think is worse. But there's that freeing feeling for getting to step 4 and completing that, and 5 and then 6, and you get all around there. But that's why anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all of our principles, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. We can't be a judge. We have to follow the rules of this program, and it's not like a cult, like I say. These are just rules that help. And the ego deflator, it feels nice to let these things go, because our ego is in control of us most of the time, and that's why we don't want to tell people these things. And we think we've got it all figured out, and that reminds me of, I looked this up too. It's just something about the ego from this book, The Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday, about the ego. We can't work with other people if we've put up walls. We can't improve the world if we don't understand it ourselves. We can't take or receive feedback if we are incapable of or uninterested in hearing from outside sources. We can't recognize opportunities or create them if instead of seeing what is in front of us, we live inside our own fantasy. Without an accurate accounting of our own abilities compared to others, what we have is not confidence, but delusion. How are we supposed to reach, motivate, or lead other people if we can't relate to their needs because we've lost touch with our own? What I get from that is just, we don't know it all. We need to talk and share with other people, and that's why sharing is important and getting these bad things off our chest and, getting some info from the other person. And either way, there's a lot of things to it. I can't blur too much. That's pretty much all I got on that. But also, yesterday's video, I was talking about other ways we can get the dopamine and those neurotransmitters, that we love getting from alcohol. This is kind of going back to yesterday's, so I did a little more research on that. And, dopamine is, alcohol releases the dopamine in the brain. It's the reward center. It's where all that good feeling comes from. So we can get dopamine from other sources. And I was saying like how you can get it from like food and stuff. And I gave you some examples from that Nourish acronym. But here's some of the foods that can help with some of that stuff. Fish, mackerel is one of them. Pecans, cod liver oil, flax seeds, which is a very rich source of omega-3 fatty acids. Great for vegetarians. Also, back to pecans real quick. Pecans are rich in potassium and zinc, vitamins A, B, E, folic acid. Either way, it's very rich in age-defying antioxidants, so that's cool. Walnuts are really good. They help protect our skin as well. These are all really cool. Salmon, so like fresh caught salmon is the way to go. Also, the thing about salmon I didn't know is salmon can lower the risk of heart disease, dementia, and depression. So that's way cool if you deal with depression. Salmon's a good one. Chia seeds, cold pressed olive oil, which is good. And it says it's better to use it raw as compared to cooking with it. Still good to cook with, but even just like drinking a little bit of olive oil a day, I'm going to start doing that. Pumpkin seeds and soybeans. And also 10 other ways to increase your dopamine naturally. Protein, because protein is made of amino acids. Eat less saturated fat, and saturated fats are like butter, bacon, burgers, sausages, cheese, coconut. Again, I do all this stuff. I'm just giving you guys examples of some healthy things you can do. 3, consume probiotics. Probiotics are things like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, kombucha. I like the kombuchas. I don't drink them anymore because there's like a percentage of alcohol in it. And pickles. Velvet beans. You can't eat those. They're inedible, I looked up, but you can get them as a supplement. Exercise often. Get enough sleep. Listen to music. Meditate. Again, meditate is always good. 9, get enough sunlight. Here's a cool one. There's actually a disorder that they have called SAD. Wow, just realized that one's sad. Seasonal affective disorder. And this kind of explains why people get depressed around the winter times of the year, I've noticed that. I've been dumped a few times in the winter. But bad things happen in the winter. We get depressed and we get in our own mind. It's not just a thing we notice like wintertime's coming. They actually have a thing, and that's from people having a lack of sunlight. So you're not getting that dopamine that sunlight gives you. So again, that's why I think places like Oregon have high suicide rates, and Finland, I think, is another. That sunlight, pretty important. Let's see, and consider supplements. So you can look into whatever. Either way, those were just some of the things I was talking about yesterday that I think can help so we can get that feeling that we crave from alcohol. There's a lot of things we can do. But again, this daily reflection was good. Sorry for kind of losing focus on it. I hope you guys got something from this and understand the importance of anonymity. And if you do want to go to AA, don't be scared. You can trust people in AA. They will be there for you, and you can find someone, everyone does, that you can talk to and you can do this inventory with, and you can get this stuff off your chest. And it doesn't have to be someone in AA. You can do it with a clergyman, they say, as well. But there's that freeing feeling of talking to someone else about it and getting it off your chest, having that clean slate and building your foundation of sobriety and recovery on top of that. And your life will get amazingly better. Life is so beautiful. I just love it so much. I can't ever say it enough. And then you get sober and you can start expanding more into all sorts of other aspects of your life and learning and figuring out how to deal with things and truly being grateful for everything and appreciating everything and everyone, whether it's good or bad. There's always something good to take from a situation. And I love all of you guys so much. I love the fact that I'm here. I enjoy the fact that I'm alive and experiencing this. And gosh, it's just an amazing thing to be alive. And the fact that you're even sitting there listening to this is amazing. Think about how cool that is. And you know, your life can get better. It will get better. And I just hope you remember that and always try to be grateful for even the smallest things. I mean, again, talking about breathing, that is the most important thing. And I think that's another reason we can focus on our breath a lot during these meditations, because every breath you take is truly a gift. It's the best gift you can get. And life is beautiful, and death can be beautiful as well, as bad as we don't like talking about death. Death is a great teacher. I've been learning from this other book I read too, and it's true, you know, death is a good thing because it's there and we don't know when it's going to come, but we should know and respect it and know that how beautiful life is. And it could be gone at any moment, and we all know it. We've all lost people we love, and that's why we should always let people know that we love them and treat everyone with that respect. We are all one, and don't ever expect that person to be there tomorrow. You can't. They could be gone, and if you go to bed at night with some sort of anger or hostility and animosity towards someone, then that's not good, because you just don't know. And it's good to squash these things as quick as you can, because they're really just an event that happened, and the longer you're sitting in the event after it happened is the more pain you're causing yourself and others. So as hard as it can be, try to analyze it, get through it, process it, and try to just enjoy life and be thankful and grateful. I love you guys, and if this is helping anyone in any way, please let me know. And I enjoy the comments, like always. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and try to carry this message on to everyone else and anyone that you know that can benefit from it. Take care, you guys. One more day till 2021. Peace out. I'll pass.